Okay, this is the seventh video that I'm making about the Lindsay Clancy trial. And you can see I've moved up to the podcast studio. I think it sounds a little bit better with the microphone, so I might be doing videos from here for the rest of this trial. But I still have my coffee. I'm drinking iced coffee. It's like 9 o'clock at night. I don't know what I'm thinking, but I needed it. So here we go. And we're going to do a two for tonight because this one I'm going to give you just an update on what happened that Friday afternoon in court where they were arguing some motions. I'm going to do a separate video because I did some research today on postpartum psychosis, which taught me a lot about the differences between, the baby blues and postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. And I think it's important to know these things as we begin watching this trial. There are a lot of you. I mean, I'm still amazed at how ugly people can be in comment sections, but there's a lot of you that are coming into the comment section that maybe don't understand the differences in these things or the severity of what Lindsay is alleged to have been suffering. So I'm going to do a separate video. I'm not holding you hostage. You don't have to come back and watch that one. If you don't feel like you need to be educated on the topic, you can just zoom right past. That's fine. Let me tell you quickly what happened to Patrick Clancy's motion. So he filed a motion. It was a two-parter with the judge. So he asked that some information be restricted from public access. That's you or me, right? Of course, it's been admitted into evidence. This is the 911 call. This was some of the autopsy photos and other photos from the scene that day. He asked the judge to restrict that to just in courtroom viewing. So the jury would get it, of course, the judge would see it, the lawyers would see it, like everyone in the courtroom would see it, but it would be limited and not be seen by the general public. The judge did decide in Patrick Clancy's favor, so those things will not be publicly available. Now, I know some people think that's suspicious. Like, why wouldn't he want us to hear the 911 call? I don't think that's it. I think this is a terribly traumatic event, and he is asking for some privacy. And he understands that there's a trial and it's important that the jury get this information. But you or I, we don't have jack shit to do with this. So why do we need it? Listen, this is me. I'm a huge advocate for the right to a free press under the First Amendment to our Constitution. In fact, I did an entire season of my podcast talking about journalism and brave journalists who blew the lid off of corruption and caught sneaky politicians and covered these amazing stories that we, the public, probably wouldn't have known about if it hadn't been for them. But to be honest, I mean, sorry if I sound rude, but you or I, we don't need to hear the 911 call. And that is what the judge has ruled. They will not be made publicly available. They will only be available to those involved in this trial. All of the jury selection is done. There were numerous hiccups. There were people that came back and said, wait a minute, I don't think I can do it. This is why they picked 18 people. And I know a lot of you are still coming into the comments and asking about why. Normally it's 12, right? Normally it's 12, but you need some alternates just in case someone gets sick, something goes wrong, someone can't last the length of the trial. And this is going to be 6 to 8 weeks. So it's a big commitment that you got to ask for people to keep coming back every day. And from what I understand, they're not going to be sequestered. So this is a big lifestyle change for them over the course of the next several weeks. They picked 6 alternates, which is more than usual. Sometimes it's 2, sometimes it's 4. They went for 6 alternates. Now, here's the deal. These alternates don't know they're alternates. So 18 people will show up every single day and they will sit through the entire trial. They will all see the same evidence, look at the same photos, hear the same testimonies. They will take the same notes. They will go through this. Then at the time when all the last closing arguments are done, they will, I think in Massachusetts, they just draw numbers. So you're only known by number. The jurors, their names will not be revealed to us. It's a privacy issue. But juror number 3, juror number 4, that is how they're going to be known in court. And what'll happen at the end is someone's basically just going to draw numbers, like bingo balls or something, where they go, juror 6, juror 5, get in that room. And they pick 12 of them to go in there. Now, I believe the others are probably sent home, I think. I don't know that to be true, but I think they're sent home, but could be called back if they're needed to go in and be a part of the deliberation. But at the end, it will just be 12 in the room that are deciding the fate of Lindsay Clancy. And again, I don't know how many more times we can say this. there really is no scenario where Lindsay Clancy is found not guilty and she goes, woohoo, and she gets to leave. Like, that's not an option. If she is found not guilty by reason of insanity, or what is a mental defect or deficiency, there's a hospitalization, right? Those that are seen as unfit to stand trial, or those that are found not guilty by this insanity reason, it's like mandatory hospitalization. They have to go in, they have to be examined, they have to stay there for a set period of time. There has to be different hearings and different follow-ups and different examinations before anybody can determine the length of time that they should stay there. She's not going to leave and go be a free person. She is going to be either in prison or in a hospital. Either way, there will be confinement for Lindsay Clancy. So I'm going to make another video that talks about this illness that she suffered from, and you're welcome to come back and watch that. If not, we'll be back here Monday morning, the 27th, as the trial begins.